Hello there, I'm Scotty. You're not welcome back to Halloween Horror Month, where we are continuing the scary movie franchise with Scary Movie 2. And this one, sort of a continuation in a way. It brings back Cindy, Brenda, Ray, and Shorty, and introduces a whole bunch of new characters. Where the first one was a parody of slasher films in general, but mostly Scream, and I Know What You Did Last Summer. This one is a parody of haunted house and ghost films. The main setting is The Haunting, but it has some mixes of The Exorcist, Poltergeist, Charlie Angel's thrown in there towards the end, some Ghostbusters type shit. I think even, I would say 13 Ghosts, because they have special goggles to make them see this. I think it's kind of like Ghostbusters. They use a trap thing at the end, but also there's, special glasses to see things. That's 13 Ghosts. So, and among other parodies, I enjoy this one. And I don't know if it's better than the first one. And rewatching this, they're just kind of... it's definitely the one that I liked watching the most back in the day, but I don't know. We start off with a parody of Exorcist, where you have a bunch of people at a party, and then Veronica Cartwright from Alien is there. I knew she looked familiar, but she's singing a song, and then they start singing a song that is obviously sung by a black gentleman, because they start saying the N-word, which, again, couldn't do nowadays. White people saying the N-word. I don't know. This is directed by Kenny Albert Wayne, who's African American, but I don't know. Even with that, people might get up in arms with that. Natasha Lyonne plays this version of Regan. It's Megan is her name. And, pisses all over the floor, and it's not funny because, what happens in the movie, but here, in Exorcist, but here they just extend it longer, and it's not funny at all. Andy Richter plays this version of Father Harris, and we get Father Mulcahy instead of Father Marin. And Father McFeely, played by James Woods, who also has old person makeup on. He has to bless the house, where we get a Amityville Horror ripoff, where he's blessing the house by taking a shit, and flies get over his face. So it's like the Amityville Horror with the flies all over the priest's face, but and this would be the original Amityville Horror, not the remake, because the remake hadn't come out yet. This was 2002, 2001. I don't know. And then we have the exorcism scene. I do laugh when they come in. She does the head twirl thing, and McFeely's like, "Oh, fuck that," and goes to leave. Says, Father, we have to do this. And I don't know, it feels like they switched the roles here. In the original Exorcist, it is Father Karras who is really kind of not paying attention and not helping, while Father Marin is the one doing the thing. Here, Father Harris is the one conducting the sermon, conducting the exorcism, while it's Father McFeely, who's supposed to be the Marin stand-in, that's not. And, and she's in the original movie, she fuck me, and it's actually trying to go to town. Teenage girl possessed by a demon. Anyway, after this opening thing where it ends with just, you get that your mother sucks cocks in hell or whatever. Oh, shoots her in the face. I don't know if that would work, but I'm not an exorcist, so I don't know. We cut to, it's like 1 year after the events of the first film. I think they're in college now. And I'll be talking about some deleted scenes throughout, but there was a deleted scene that I think would have worked in here, where Cindy and Brenda are walking down the hall, they bump into Ray. And Ray apologizes for what happened. She goes, no, just stay away from me. You know, bumps into Ray. First of all, she asks, what are you doing here? He's like, it's the sequel. And she's like, I just want to, forget about everything that happened in the past. And she's like, well, stay the fuck away from me. Stay the hell away from me. And then, like, he and Brenda exchange, like, hey, Ray. Kind of thing. But they just, that was deleted. That is there. Look, I tried to watch all the deleted scenes, but I couldn't get through them. I think I watched all the deleted ones. The alternate ones were towards the end, and I was just like, 43 minutes of deleted scenes. Are you kidding me? But that was one I think could have stayed in. There was a bunch of other ones that I feel like, okay, you can take out. This one you could have stayed in. But we meet our characters, Brenda and Cindy, First of all, it's Cindy and Shorty. And Shorty is teaching her how to act tough. I feel like it's supposed to be like Save the Last Dance, but I think Save the Last Dance came out after this. So I don't know. But isn't that like from Save the Last Dance where they're doing that? We're teaching her how to do that. It could have been. What year did this come out? Let me look. I think this was actually 2002? 2001. I swear Save the Last Dance came out in 2002, the same year as Men in Black 2. I think. I don't know. Anyway, so after that, it's a thing where she goes like this, and then teaches her how to do it. Someone walks by, and she ends up getting someone's jacket. And they play a joke later and oh, that's a nice jacket, Cindy. Be careful. White girl got her ass kicked by someone with a jacket just like that earlier. We're introduced to Alex. There are deleted scenes showing that Alex is a stalker. Alex talks on the phone, breaking up with someone. Cindy talks to her about it. It's real. She's a stalker, And then she acts like she's best friends with Brenda. And that leads into an alternate version of the opening scene. Well, don't split the pole now. And then the couple that does split the pole gets hit by a bus. We're introduced to our guy friends. You have Ray, and you have Buddy, our new character played by Chris Masterson. And for some reason, James DeBello has a cameo in this. Only for a dude, where's my car joke. He says he woke up, they had a great party the night before. He woke up in a bathtub of flies. I would check for your kidneys, sir. You have to still have at least one of them to be moving around. You'd still be kind of sickly. I'm sure they didn't set it up all the way. But they do the joke with the tattoos. Only it's not dude sweet. It's Ray fucked me. Because Ray's still a gay joke. Believe me, he's still a gay joke. But that's it. James DeBello was gone after this. That's his cameo. He's not a character. He's just there. I don't know. I mean, he goes from shooting squirrels in Cabin Fever, which is after this, actually. So maybe we don't know his character's name. Maybe that's Bert, and he runs off with his friends to a cabin in the wood. Happened at the same time. So maybe Cabin in the Woods happens in 2001, the same time. Who knows? Although I don't know if we see the guys back. It's safe. Fuck me in the back. I don't know. Probably not. But I don't know. It's not really. But excuse me. But, yeah. So, we meet Professor Oldman as a parody of Liam Neeson's character from The Haunting, played by Tim Curry, who is conducting an experiment with his assistant Dwight, played by David Cross. And his character he's in a wheelchair, but he can do things on his own, which is displayed by the opening. His introduction, which I swear was in one of the TV versions, where he gets out of his car, people try to help him because he keeps dropping his luggage. He's like, I can do it on my own, and he has a little scooter thing. I swear, one of the television, I swear I had seen this before. I've watched the lead scenes before, but I swear it's before that. Like, it was in a TV version. Like, maybe, I don't know. I swear I saw it edited into the film. I don't know. That's his one note thing. Even goes to a point where Theo, who is, yes, based on Theo from The Haunting, is hitting on him to get the keys to get out of there, and even offers a blowjob. He's like, I can do it myself, and he sucks himself off, and that leads to a joke where they use those spectral glasses, and they can see stuff on his mouth. Yeah. Ha ha. So they're, much like in The Haunting, they're conducting a sleep study for everyone that has some sort of insomnia. I thought that was kind of funny because Shorty is sleeping through this. Made me laugh. Because the whole thing about that was that it wasn't an insomnia study. It wasn't haunting. It wasn't an insomnia study. It was to study for paranormal stuff in the house. And so the fact that he is still saying this and Shorty is sleeping in the middle of this, he just keeps going. And even Theo is like, well, I don't have insomnia. He goes, yes, but you have a D cup, so that works. Or something like that. That's sexual harassment, my friend. Anyway, yeah. So our new characters are Buddy, who is the love interest for Cindy, sort of. Theo, who is supposed to be the play on the character from The Haunting, and Alex. I don't know what she's from. She's just there. They're the three new characters besides David Cross and Tim Curry. And yeah. So they say they're going to meet everybody tonight at the house. Hell House. Not Hill House. Hell House. So there's a title of the house you want to stay the night in, I'm sure. But we get like one of the more memorable gags of this movie where she's listening to Vitamin C's as we go on, we remember. That song, I don't remember what it's called. But she's singing to it, and Vitamin C herself interrupts the song. So, will you shut the fuck up and let me sing? And then the song starts going again. But it's funny because it interrupts her, and then when it comes back, it just goes, la, 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 la. I'm like, you're going to go back to singing for that? We're introduced to Hanson, who is the butler, the caretaker of the building. He's played by Chris Elliott, who would actually return in a later installment. I don't remember if it was like 3 or 4. He would come back as a different character. But he plays Hanson, who has a strong hand. He has a messed up hand. Of course, there's exchanges between himself and Dwight. You know, him with Dwight making fun of his hand, and Hanson making fun of Hanson. I just got it. Making fun of Dwight's, paralysis of the legs and stuff like that. But he's a creepy guy. And here's the thing. I didn't catch this the first time around I've seen this because, I hadn't seen a bunch of horror movies. I knew going back and watching these that I'm going to catch more references. And one got me that I'm like, oh, is when he thinks he scares Cindy, so he starts singing. And he sings, God is in his holy temple. That's Kane. That's the dude. He sings that in the Poltergeist too. Yeah. Cindy meets this bird who has a foul mouth. Talks about he's got a big bird dick. I don't know. Shorty has an encounter with it later. Well, it starts with David Cross's character, Dwight. Fuck off, Four Eyes. What did you say? I said, fuck off, Four Eyes. Come on, bird. And then like, Shorty comes up. Be nice, it's just a little birdie, son. Polly want a cracker? Polly wants your mama's sweet ass. What'd you say to me? Polly wants your mama's sweet ass. No, my mama's son. Tell me my mama's son. Here, hold my tooth. Hold my tooth. But yeah, I was like that. Hold my tooth. You're going to text it out too. And it's a joke later because he puts it in a little tooth fairy thing. To the tooth fairy, but I don't know. I don't know how that works. No, I was going to say was that the tooth fairy thing was that supposed to be a nod towards Darkness Falls, but that hasn't come out in 2005, so probably not. But yeah. So they have dinner, and the running gag here is that Hanson's messed up hand gets in everything. And look, I understand it's a messed up hand, but it's a messed up hand. Just like it's not nasty looking. It's got like bumps and stuff. I don't know. The only thing that he didn't do by hand is the pie because he ordered it out. And like fucking dumbasses, they start playing this game. So Brandon gets the first slice of the cream pie. And he gets put on her plate. And Ray goes, my germs. And Buddy goes, and David Cross goes, my germs. So Hanson takes his full hand, puts it in the rest of the plate, and goes, my germs. We're like, oh. Like, why would you do that? You start doing that, anyone can get involved, including him. Why would you play that game? It makes no sense. Now they get no food at all. So Cindy starts to sort of investigate what's going on. Not really. We find out that Mr. Kane, Hugh Kane, instead of Crane, although there is a Victoria Crane, which is weird. Hugh Kane had a mistress, Victoria, and she had a wife named Catherine, Caroline, which is supposed to be Carolyn from the original Haunting, but it's Caroline. And she looks just like Cindy. For some reason. Because this character has to be connected to here as well as being part of something from the first film. I don't know. She's just a character in the next two films, so it's not like she's destined to be connected, but I don't know. But sorry, I didn't. She believes that it was Caroline who killed the mistress, killed Hugh and his mistress. They do a weird joke where the ghost of Caroline says, I'm going to show you what happened. And then it cuts to Cindy hitting on Professor Oldman. And then it turns into Ray. But when it goes back, it's Cindy. And then it reveals that Ray's still there, also wearing the same dress. Oh, I bought this myself. I'm just like, okay, some of these jokes aren't funny. Okay, so much like in the first one where they do like a commercial spot, you know, they do another one here. But it's a basketball act. Kind of thing. Is it a commercial thing? I don't know. There's a thing where Cindy's fighting a cat, and she's yelling, my pussy's going crazy. It's not her cat, so it makes sense, but it's supposed to, you know, you hear that. She's got scratches on her, and the Professor Ullman doesn't believe her, even though he's there to document the stuff. I think he's just doing that so they can keep going, I guess. At a certain point, though, they've had enough. Hugh Kane makes a massive mistake by ghost molesting Alex. Ghost sex. I don't know. And then she becomes his stalker. There's a deleted scene where she gets all ready for him, only for the picture to disappear. Like she's getting ready for him. She's shaving her armpits and legs, and then she's waxing stuff, and then she goes to wax down there, and it takes her lips off. I mean, her lips. So, oh, I need those, and puts it back, and then I don't know that I can see where that was cut because that looks very real. I know it looks very real. They wouldn't be able to put that in. There's no way. Maybe an unrated version on the DVD, but oh, I left the Blu-ray player open. Oops. No way they'd be able to put that in theaters. So I can see where that part was deleted, but even if I don't think they need to leave the scene in, but if they did, they could cut that. They just show the thing. Oh, we need those, and put it back instead of showing it. Just you ever lift it up, a different cut or something, or cut away. I don't know. But you didn't need this scene in there because, like, she starts licking the picture, and then she turns around and she's got caught spider webs and spiders on her. She just wipes it off, which is not what happened. And then when she's okay, I'm ready, and she goes to bed, and then you see the picture disappear and a sound of a door slamming. Not really needed. Buddy wants to date Cindy, but Cindy, you know, after what happened in the first one, she's not in a good place, so we could say she'd just be friends. And he starts treating her like one of his jock friends and starts throwing her around and throw footballs at her head. And she's like, no, I want to be good friends and we can talk. You know that thing. And that's when they find the secret room with the stuff in it. And then there's okay, so they redo jizz joke from the first one. At one point, Cindy and Buddy get locked in the lab down in the basement. And so, it's like a freezer. They're getting cold. And so she starts to rub them, And eventually that leads to the white splatter. She goes against the door. And that's the same joke from the first one. It was barely funny in the first one. Why would you? At least there's no chainsaw the bush. But I don't know. I don't know why you would redo that joke. There's another joke, though, related to Poltergeist. The clown scene from the Poltergeist? Well, they do it with Ray. And let me tell you, the clown picked the wrong guy. Because the clown, he get cornholed. Let me tell you. Whoa! Made me laugh. Makes me laugh. The Charlie Angels joke, where they go to change and they come back, and they're all in their underwear. And they go in back in their Charlie's Angels. They're fighting against Hanson, who's the ultimate bad guy in this film, and I forgot that for some reason. And yeah, he's sort of defeated. They get rid of the ghost using that thing. There's a lot that happens in this movie. Just keep going. I think that Professor Oldman is killed by the ghost of Victoria. She goes after Shorty, but Shorty has sex with her, and it leads to a repeat of another joke later in the film. But it's the better joke that they repeat from the first one. Trust me. There is so much they repeat in a way. So we get to the ending of the film. In the theatrical ending, it goes like this. Everybody reunites. Okay, let me tell you this first. Okay, so they do a play on the ending to Hannibal, which came out the same year, 2001. I can imagine that maybe they knew they were doing Hannibal and had to. Maybe it was 99? I swear that was 2001 that it came out. I don't want to have to go look. Hold on. Yeah, it was 2001. So, they were on it. Much like with the Scream 3 reference at the end of the first one. They were on it, But yeah, it's Shorty gonna get his brain eaten, but in the theatrical version, Beetlejuice is inside. And I mean like the little guy from Howard Stern show, that Beetlejuice is in there. Also, at one point, Shorty gets rolled into a joint, and they save him, only for this to happen to him. There's another part with Beetlejuice in it that I think was done before they decided on it. I think there's an alternate ending where Shorty's brain is in there, and Cindy's handcuffed to Hanson, but Hanson's handcuffed into his strong hand, so it comes out. But then I think when they got rid of the other scene with Beetlejuice, I'm going to talk about in a minute, they put him in this one. But the other scene is that it's kind of a mean scene. It's when Cindy and Buddy are trapped in the freezer in the lab, and Cindy believes there's a spirit in there with them, so she puts all this blood in front of them. She puts all these blood bags so that they can track the footsteps. And then a phone call comes in from a hospital saying that White was keeping a bunch of blood for a child that was for a dying child and it needs the blood, and it's Beetlejuice. And then she ends it with Dwight Hartman don't live here, and hang up the phone. First of all, racist. Second of all, that's just mean. That I can see where that was cut. I can see it was cut. Now the ending. So after they defeat Hanson, everybody except for Alex, who dies, and Oldman, who also dies. There's a thing with the skeleton too, but then get to the endings. First ending, the one that they went with, is everybody is there, they're happy, they're together, and it cuts to a couple of weeks later. Cindy and Buddy are together, and they decide they're going to get a hot dog, and it's Hanson giving the hot dog, and then Buddy disappears, and He's like, I've come back for you. And, I don't know if in this one, if the original one, he admits he was the one who killed Hugh Kane and his mistress. But in the alternate version, it does. I don't remember exactly if it does, but he's like, and now you're mad. And she's like, no. Like in the first one, he goes, yes. And he gets hit by the car, which is a nice turnaround because you think she's going to get hit by it. That's another alternate ending. We'll get to that. In an alternate version of this, she is now acting like Buddy was and hitting him. And then he says the same thing that was said earlier. Oh, why can't we just be, more than friends? I want us to, be together, And so then it leads into that. It's alternate version. Same thing. Alternate ending number 1. After everyone is saved, Father McFeely comes back. And he informs Cindy she's the only one that's still alive. When I was younger, I thought it was because it was revealed that everyone else died in the first one and she survived. But no, it's like everyone there died during the experience of the second film. She was the only one to survive. And then Father McFeely says, if you excuse me, I have to bless this house. To use the toilet again. And then she screams out, no! By the way, there's a cameo from Damon Wayans Jr. and another Wayans family member because the other one says director's family or something like that. On the back of the shirts. She says, no! And she gets hit by the car. Okay. That's a reusing of a joke. It worked better with Hanson, subverting expectations, but it's better than what the other one is. It's a parody of Pearl Harbor. Everything happens the way I said it did, but instead of the car coming, she yells out, no. And then above, the cat comes back with a bandana with a Japanese flag on it and bombs the house. I'm glad that one was cut. I like the one where, she get hit by a car, fine, that's the way to do it. They reuse that getting hit by the car joke in every one of these movies, it feels like. It feels like it. Like in the third one, the kid gets hit by a car, I think, or something. I don't know. But yeah, I'm still going to say this was pretty good. It's fun to go back and watch these. I enjoyed this. I don't know if it's better than the first one. I have to kind of think about it because I always thought I liked this one better than the first one, but watching them back to back, these two back to back, I think I kind of enjoy the first one better. It's just straight up a parody of those two movies. This one has a lot more going for it. They could do a lot more because that one was slashers and they sort of added some stuff with other ones, but it was mainly those two. This one, they went through a lot of haunted house ghost movies, and I feel like going forward, they go for a lot of more stuff in those, and it gets kind of ridiculous once you get to like 4 or 5, especially 5. But, yeah, so, what are your thoughts on Scary Movie 2? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty. By the way, before I go, the credits. I forgot. So, the credits of the first one had some generic song at the end, but this one, Ken Iron Wayans got Nelly. Ride with me. If you want to go and take a ride with me, with women in the know and the Ghost City. Yeah, that song. Because I don't know all the words, but yeah, I love listening to that growing up. But yeah, that's playing in the credits. And I'm like, I totally forgot that was in there. But yeah, so thank you for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.